Welcome back to Movie Spoiler. Today, we'll recap a 2022 drama, thriller movie called Deep Water. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The film starts with Vic Van Allen riding his bike home after a ride through the woods. He takes his pants off as he gets to the door, then looks up to find his wife Melinda looking at him. The couple has a daughter, Trixie, and live in Louisiana. As they prepare to go out for the night, the babysitter, Chelsea, comes over. Melinda doesn't pay any attention to her daughter and scolds her for playing music. While Vic is the opposite, loving and caring towards his daughter. Vic picks a dress for Melinda to wear and they leave to a party where they meet their friends, including Vic's buddies Grant and Jonas. Melinda goes off with a musician, Joel Dash. Vic follows and watches them kiss outside. He goes back and talks to another friend, Mary, who expresses concerns to Vic over Melinda flirting and seeing other men, but Vic says it doesn't concern him. Melinda gets drunk and starts playing a song on the piano. Joel approaches Vic to chat. Joel says he appreciates him being cool for seeing his wife and that he considers him a friend. When they are alone in the kitchen, Vic casually mentions another friend that Melinda had named Martin McRae, who went missing a month earlier. Vic menacingly tells Joel that he killed him with a hammer, which Joel takes as a serious threat towards himself. Joel quickly leaves the party with Melinda trying to understand why. She confronts her husband asking what he told Joel that made him leave. Vic lies and tells her he didn't say anything. After coming back home and paying the babysitter, Vic worships his wife and gives her a massage, but she still sends him away to sleep in a different room. The joke about Vic killing Martin goes around the neighborhood, though he claims he never meant to threaten Joel. What his friends and neighbors do not know is that Vic and Melinda have a personal arrangement. They remain together in a loveless marriage under the compromise that Melinda can have numerous partners. The news reaches Melinda and she gets very upset that he is cock-blocking her partners from her. Joel is planning to move out over the weekend, so Melinda invites him over for dinner and demands that Vic apologize to him. The dinner goes as awkward as you'd expect, and after Vic puts Trixie to bed, Trixie tells him she doesn't like Joel. Vic goes downstairs and while Melinda goes to the bathroom, she asks him to go apologize to Joel. He goes to give Joel another drink. Joel, don't you want to apologize? Vic, why would I do that? Joel, because you said you killed Martin McRae. Vic, I can't apologize for that, Joel. Vic, I did kill Martin McRae. Vic, I hit him with a hammer. Vic, oh. Look at that. Vic, your Uber's here. Joel, I didn't order one. Vic, I did. Let's go. The Van Allens go to a party where they meet a couple, Dawn and Kelly Wilson. Dawn is an author, and Vic tells him he works part-time for a magazine publication company and builds web pages. Vic has retired early because of a drone ship he built which is used in military operations. Dawn heard about Vic supposedly killing Martin and brings it up, but everyone is joking around that topic and doesn't take it seriously. Vic later dances with Kelly while Melinda watches and gets jealous. She brings it up on the ride home, and it is enough to get them running to the bedroom to reproduce. Later, while at a soccer game for Trixie, Vic gets a phone call about a payment Melinda made to a piano teacher named Charlie Delisle. Vic follows Charlie and sits in at the lounge where he plays. Seeing that he is a handsome young man, not long after Melinda comes in and listens to Charlie play. Later that night, Martin's body is reported to have been found and that he has been shot to death. After Melinda comes home drunk, Vic tells her the news about Martin. The next day, Vic goes back to the lounge with Grant who discuss Martin being found shot to death and Grant says that the rumors of Vic killing him with a hammer can finally stop. Vic, hey, nice work. You sound great. Charlie, thanks. Grant, that dude can play the keys. Vic, yeah. He's been giving Melinda lessons. Grant, oh, he's been giving Melinda /lessons /. Vic, yeah. Melinda doesn't come home that night and in the morning Vic confronts his wife, telling her to stop seeing Charlie. Vic is mad at the rabbit hole his wife is going down in and wants her to think of the family she has with him and Trixie. Melinda is not interested in anything he has to say and goes upstairs to sleep. We cut to a pool party which Vic and Melinda attend at Jonas's house with all their friends. Charlie shows up after being invited by Melinda. She introduces him to Vic as her piano teacher, Charlie being unaware of previously seeing Vic at his lounge. Vic watches Melinda and Charlie getting close in the pool. Not long after, it starts to rain, forcing everyone inside. Vic and Charlie are the only ones to remain in the pool. We see Vic coming inside alone a few moments later. Melinda looks outside to see Charlie floating face down in the pool. The guys pull him out and attempt to resuscitate him, but Don accidentally drops Charlie's body, bumping his head against the edge of the pool. However, they determine that he was already dead when they found him. Police come to question the guests, with Melinda outright accusing Vic of killing Charlie, but Vic denies it and says she is just upset. The detectives bring both of them in separate rooms for questioning. The police leaves without any further evidence to go after. Melinda gets very upset that another one of her lovers is gone. They go back home and Vic sits next to his wife. Vic, so, what now? Vic, you want a divorce? Melinda, I can't stand that you think you're this much smarter than me. Vic, I don't think that. Vic, if you think I killed Charlie, aren't you frightened of me? Melinda, no. Vic, why not? Melinda, 'cause I'm the thing you killed for. Vic, Vic finds out from Kelly that her husband Don has been talking behind his back and Vic decides to invite them over for dinner. Vic and Don talk in private and Vic intimidates him. Don asks if he is willing to go through a lie detector test to prove he didn't kill him and Vic agrees. Melinda works with Don to hire a private investigator, David Risiliani, to tail Vic. He catches onto them quickly and goes to Don's house to confront him in front of Kelly and their daughter and shows him proof of bank records showing a transfer to Don's name. Vic observes Melinda getting back with her college boyfriend, Tony Cameron. That evening, Vic overhears a conversation between his wife and Tony about going to Brazil and taking Trixie with them. Vic's anger starts to spiral out of control. Tony goes to the Van Allen house where Vic is seemingly friendly towards him and Melinda ends up leading Tony to her bedroom with Vic watching them. He later runs into Tony on the street and tells him Melinda wants to show him something. He drives Tony deep into the woods where he gets him alone and then throws a rock at his head. Tony stumbles down a cliff and smashes his head onto a rock, dying. He then attempts to hide Tony's body in the water by using his belt to tie his arms around a rock. He takes his wallet before sinking him. Vic makes his way back home with a smile on his face. Vic later takes Melinda and Trixie out for a picnic in the woods. Melinda starts opening more to Vic after Tony stops answering her calls. He becomes worried when Trixie almost comes across Tony's body near the water. On the drive back, Melinda mentions having left her scarf behind. The next morning, Vic goes back to try and sink Tony's body further in, while Melinda goes looking for Vic and ends up finding Tony's wallet instead. Back at the gorge, Don comes around the area and confronts him. Unfortunately, the body floats back up and Don makes a run for it. Don goes to his car and drives away at full speed, but Vic chases after him on his bike, cutting through the forest as a shortcut. Don keeps texting his wife that he was right instead of focusing on the road and Vic shows up in front of him which makes Don swerve hard to avoid hitting him, causing him to drive down a large hill and crash his car below where he dies. Vic returns home to Melinda, reminiscent to the opening scene, who tells him she saw Tony before going inside the house. She is later seen burning Tony's ID before the movie draws to a close.